Welcome back, viewers. In this particular video, we are going to talk about comprehensions in Python. You must have heard about the terms like list comprehension, dictionary comprehensions. So we are going to see that with the example, right? So now, first of all, before comprehensions, we'll start with the list comprehensions. So before comprehensions, how basically the overall operation happens, right? So let's say I have one simple example where I want to calculate the square of each number. Okay, I have one list of number and I want to get the square of each number. So how will write it? Let's say I'll just write, I'll take one empty list and then I'll use one for loop for x in, let's say, range. And let's say we want to get a square of first 10 numbers, right? Then what we'll do is squares dot append, and we'll append the square of two numbers, right? And then finally we'll just print our squares. So this is how you will get the square of the given numbers or square of the given list. Now how we can do this with the list comprehensions? So first of all, what is the advantage that we get with the list of comprehensions? So basically the major advantage that we get while using the comprehensions, whether it is a list, dictionary, or set comprehensions, it's the performance. So internally, the way we write the dictionary or the list comprehensions, it looks very simple, easy to read, the elegant way of writing the comprehensions, right? And internally also the performance of that is almost doubles the performance in the way we are writing here. Okay, maybe let's, for example, if it is taking just, let's say, 2 seconds to execute, if you write the list comprehension, it will just get executed in a 1 second. So almost it will double the performance of your program. So how we write it? Okay, so first take an example of a list comprehensions, how we write it. So we are not going to do anything different. So basically it's just we are going to represent this 4 lines of statements in a single line. So how we do it? Basically now we are appending everything in the list. So we know that, okay, list we represent in the square bracket. Okay, so first of all, that is what you need to specify, double bracket, square bracket. Then next is we are using the for loop. So let's use the for loop as is, for x in range. Let's say we are taking the range of 10 again. Now what is next we are doing? We are just appending the square of this. So in the list comprehension, what we do, this is how we append x into x for x in range 10, and that's it. If I just run this, you will see the same output I am getting as above. So now how this is getting executed? So basically we know for loop how it executes, right? So it will extract one element from that list, assign it to variable x. Then before going to the next element, it will do the square of x, and then it will add it to the final list. Okay, so if you want to save this list, you can assign it to some variable. Then it will go back, take the next element, then again we'll do the square, add it to the new list, take the next third element. So this way it will keep doing it for all the element, right? So now you can see earlier we were writing the 4 lines. Now in a single line we are able to do. So this looks very elegant, and that's also the internally performance of this program will get increased, right? So this is how simply your list comprehensions works. So in a list comprehensions, we can have a if condition as well. So how we write it? Let's say now you want to do the square of only the even numbers. How you will write it? So it's a very simple square bracket. You will do for x in range of 10. So if we have only if condition, this is where you need to add it. If x mod 2 equal to 0, if that is the case, we want to just do x into x. That's it. So now how this will execute? So now let me just first run it. You can see the output as a, for only even number we are getting the square. So how it gets executed? First, for x in range 10, it will take the x. It will check if x mod 2 equal to 0. If this condition is true, then only we add x into x. Otherwise, we'll skip it. So that's the reason only for 0, 2, 4, 6 and 8, only for these numbers we are getting the square, and all the odd numbers are getting skipped. Now this is how you can add the condition as well. If you want to add if else as well, that is also very much possible. Only will some syntax change will happen, right? So square bracket is same. What you need to do is for x in range, let's say 10. Now only if condition is there, then only you add it, this if part on the right hand side of a for loop. But if you want to write both, then you need to write it on the left hand side. So how we write? If x mod 2 equal to 0, okay, then what will happen? Then this x into x condition will get executed, okay. Otherwise, if that's not true, what we can do is we can write else here, and whatever operation you want to do, let's say I'm doing 0 here. So that means, so first it will get x. If x mod 2 is 0, then it will do the square. Otherwise, it will just add a 0 here. At the end, 0 it will add. Okay, then it will take 1. Now 1 mod 2 condition not true, it will go into the else 0. So that means for all odd numbers, it will add 0. And for all even numbers, it will add the square. So let me run it. You can see this is how your output will look like. So this is how simply your list comprehensions is there. Even you can add the nested loops as well. So let's say, for example, you want to create a table. Okay, multiplication table is something that you want to add it. Okay, so we'll see that example. Before that, let's see the dictionary comprehensions, right? So this, whatever we have seen till now, we call it as a list comprehensions. So next what we are going to see is dictionary comprehensions. So let's see how we can do that list comprehensions. So let's consider you want to let's say you want to do the square of few numbers. So you want to add the key as the number and value as the square of that. So how we can add it? It's again very simple. Now you can just relate it with this. If you want to create a dictionary, dictionary comprehensions. So now we know that dictionary, we include it in the curly bracket. So this is how you need to add the curly bracket. Now add the for loop for x in range, where you will add the range as, let's say, 10. And now how you can make the dictionary? So basically you want to add a key as a number and it's a square as a value. That's it. This is how your dictionary comprehensions will look like. You can see we got the dictionary. So how it is working? Basically here we are extracting the x, assigning x as a key and value as a x into x. So here colon you can see as the separator. So this is how you can add the dictionary comprehensions, right? It will remain same for if your if condition as well as else condition, it will work the way we have discussed here. So I'll not discuss again. So this is how you can write the dictionary comprehensions. So now let's talk about the set comprehensions. It's again very same, set comprehension. So now we know that for set comprehension as well, we use the curly bracket. Okay, only difference here will be there. So for x in range, let's say 10, and let's say you want to add the in a set, you want to add, let's say, cube, so or square itself. So earlier we are adding into the list, now we are adding into the set, nothing different. So this is how your set will look like, right? So only difference here is that in the list we are using square bracket, in the set we are using curly bracket. That's it, right? So this is how you can have your set comprehensions. So let me quickly show you one more example related, where we can have a nested for loop. So how you can write it? Let's say you want to create a table, okay, table, multiplication table. So how you can do that? So let's say I'm creating a list. So I'll do for x in range of, let's say, 1 to 11. Why I'm giving 1 to 11? Because I want to get all 1 to 10 numbers. We know that stop is excluding. And then I'm adding another loop for y in range, where I'll add again 1 to 11, right? And now this nested for loop, we wanted to add the multiplication x into y. Okay, so let's add this as a dictionary. Let's add this as a dictionary so that I can just add it as a key value. So how I can add it? So key will be, I'll add the key as a tuple, where I'll just specify x comma y, and then value would be multiplication of that, and that's it. If I just run it, we'll get the, you can see we are getting a multiplication table. Okay, here if you see 1 into 1 1. So first this is 1, then this is the second table, this is third table, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10 table, right? So how it is getting executed? Basically for every value of x, y is running from 1 to 10. Okay, so that means for value of x as 1, y will go from 1 to 10. Then again for value of x, that is 2, it will go from 1 to 10 again. So this way, this is how we are creating a table. So we can have a nested loops as well. And this is how we are creating a dictionary where key is the x and y element and value is their multiplication, right? So this is how we can have a nested element as well. So this is how simply your comprehensions works. And basically the major advantage that we get with the comprehension is that the performance or the time complexity that is getting improved in this particular comprehension. So in a Python, using comprehensions are recommended and everyone should use it. So if you are not using, please start using it. It looks very elegant. Okay, and you can reduce the number of lines of code that you are using. So that's it for this video. I hope everyone enjoyed this particular video. If you are not subscribed the channel to yet, please do subscribe, like, and share it with your friends. So thanks everyone for your time.